Making my way downtown.
In a gold Honda, driving fast to clap this dude big booty baby mama. Big booty cheeks, big booty like she from Ghana. Talk crazy, I up the arms on you quick out E Honda.
Bang.
Matter of fact,
bang,
light him
bang,
up like he Blanca.
Bang,
Boy, that switch
bang,
turn a grown man to a he Joanna. Hanging out a Hummer, gripping on a llama. He try to run away. Gave that boy a back shot. Bow! He get it from his mama. That chopper go grrr. He thought it was Osama. The way I whipped that boy with a switch, he thought I was his mama. Matter of fact, I'm undefeated. Boy, who could beat me? Boy, I'm the one. Numero uno. I'm Yellow Beezy.
Face
Hey,
first.
put him in a box. Him and his friends make him a 3-piece. Matter of fact, box him up like some pizza. Who wants some CC's? I do.
Shit like that.
I want some cinnamon rolls.
Alright, so look, man. Now it comes to my attention. Well, you know what? Let me have some respect. I think this is the first official video I ever made about the Jocy Banks girl. At least when it comes to commentary. I spoke about her before, but the video wasn't about her. She just made her way into it, no disrespect. But this is the first time I've ever made a full video dedicated to her. So let me have my proper respect. Jocy Banks, aka
The big booty baby mama. Big butt cheeks.
aka the last girl Mo3 was clapping the night before he died.
AKA Meat Wagon 9000. She has the Meat Wagon 9000.
The glutes is on fire. We don't need no water. Let that mother effer burn. It's no secret she has huge glutes. Huge gluteus maximus, right? You know, my grandpa, he called it hindquarters. Shout out to my grandpa. But nonetheless, this woman has a nice booty.
Give it up for Jocy Banks.
Now, since this is my first time speaking directly to her, let me start off by saying this. No disrespect, but when I first saw the size of your butt, your Meat Wagon 9000, your Glute Master 900, your Fart Box 5, I was amazed. So first and foremost, gotta get credit where credit is due. What an impressive hindquarter you have now. Now my bad, y'all. Y'all know I had to get that out of the way. Everybody know I love booty. It's no secret. Let's be real. I already told y'all, my dying wish, before I die, I must find the nicest booty in the world and just motorboat the butt cheek. That is my goal. Just so y'all are on the same page as me. So excuse me, I just had to get that out of my system before we get into the video.
Now that the big booty dust has settled,
we can finally get into the video. Jocy Banks has a interview. What's the guy's name? Hold on. Live from the track, X Hawk. Hey, shout out to the Live from the track Hawk X dude. Y'all go check him out. Full interview over on his channel. You know, I always like to give a proper credit to the content creator that I use their content. But yeah, I just checked out this interview. 46 minutes and 46 seconds long. Now, I'm not going to lie. Y'all know I'm an honest person. It's hard for me to lie. I'm not Yellow Beezy. No disrespect. Just thinking about telling a lie, my skin start itching, man. So I got to be honest here. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuel.
Teasy, why you saying rest in peace to Kevin Samuels?
Well, because the interview was average at best. And that's at best. And I mean no disrespect. That is the definition of dropping the ball. Now, not in all sense, right? Because the guy has a smaller YouTube channel and he has 20,000 views on this video right now. So it did work out to his favor. But it could have been so much bigger if he would have asked the right questions. I'm not familiar with this guy, but it appears as if he's actually not too familiar with Mo3. it was a lot of questions I felt like he could have asked her that honestly could have broke the internet. But for somebody to give Jocy Banks her first, I guess, technical interview, yeah, this definitely didn't live up to the hype. But again, that doesn't mean it was a success on his behalf, because again, he does have 20,000 views, so shout out to him. But this was basically a Jocy Banks interview. Oh, and by the way, she said her name is not Jocy Banks, it's just Jocy. I'm gonna be real though, I'm gonna keep calling you Jocy Banks. But yeah, it was just more so an interview about her. Like, didn't really go into depth about Mo3. It was literally an interview full of her placing blame on Rainwater. In which y'all know, it appears I'm always backing up Rainwater. Pause, that sounded crazy. It seems I'm always taking up for Rainwater. But again, you gotta remember, I don't know that dude like that. But at the end of the day, I do not think this man had anything to do with Mo3's death. Now, could he had something to do with it? Of course. But if I was a betting man, I'll bet against it. It just doesn't logically make sense. Now, she did make good points, but this is things we already knew, right? Rainwater had some type of connection with the quote-unquote other side. You know, he was cool with Aaron Spence Jr. and all of these people. But that doesn't mean Rainwater had anything to do with it. She also brought up a few other good points. She said how Rainwater was talking crazy about Mo3 right after he died. Like, he called Jocy Banks and was saying how Mo3 looks dumb, stretched out in the street, going to visit her and stuff like that. And as crazy as it sounds, that just sounds like Rainwater to me. That's the way this dude talks. Everybody always talking about how he was saying how Mo3 used to be broke and stuff after Mo3 died. But he used to say that stuff when Mo3 was living. Y'all just wasn't paying attention. This is nothing new about Rainwater. He just didn't have the visibility that he has now. But to a point, regardless, that does sound crazy. She also brought up the fact that Rainwater and Mo3 had an argument in California the day before he was murdered. Well, 2 days before he was murdered. But again, that's normal stuff. Like, you argue with your manager to know that she had something to do. You're the girl whose cheeks he was clapping. He's going to vent to you about like stuff going on with his manager. She brought up the fact that Rainwater called Mo3 and asked him where was he, like that night before he was murdered. And she said it was a short phone call. Like, he literally just called and said, "Hey, where you at, 3?" And he said at Jocy house. And then Rainwater basically was just like, all right, and just ended the call. And she feels like that's Rainwater getting the drop on Mo3. But again, just like I said, that's this guy's manager. Like, they talk every single day. I don't see anything strange about that. But I will tell you what is strange. And that's the fact that the actual paperwork claims that Devin Brown, your jealous baby dad, called your house that night to speak with a juvenile. And considering that you guys have 2 kids together, we can only assume that the juvenile that he spoke with that night was one of your sons, right? Alleged. Everything is alleged. Like, they even have a juvenile listed as a witness. So your baby dad allegedly called your house to speak to a juvenile whose name can't be named, obviously, because they're underage. And a couple of hours later, the very next day when Mo3 leaves your house, he's murdered. Does it sound like Rainwater gave the drop? Or does it sound like your jealous baby dad who crashed out over big butt cheeks found out that Mo3 was at your house and he called and asked y'all child for confirmation if Mo3 was there or not? That's what it sounds like to me. I'm just saying. It sounds like your 2-timing no good, dirty, bummy baby dad is actually the one who gave the drop. In my opinion, allegedly. With his little bitty GRC chain on. And back to the interview, that's why I say the interview wasn't a good interview, because it was an interview accusing Rainwater when your baby dad is the one who's actually charged for the murder right now. He's charged. Shouldn't the interview be about your baby dad who's charged for the murder versus Rainwater who's not charged for the murder? If Rainwater had something to do with this dude's murder, don't you think we would have knew something by now. Didn't you just see them pick up Yellow Beezy last year? Designer on me, lying on me. You think Yellow Beezy, Keywan White, and all of these people about to go down for Rainwater? Let's be real. Rainwater would have been got snitched on. So as for now, I'm good on the hypotheticals. Rainwater is not charged. He isn't even a suspect, considered a suspect in the eyes of law enforcement. So let's stick to the person who's actually charged for the murder, your baby dad. This is what he posted on the night Mo3 was murdered. So Mo3 was murdered earlier this day, but that night, this is what he posted. Hey, look at the screen, big booty. Mo3 died November 11th, 2020. This dude posted this on November 12th, 12:33 a.m. Best part about your own lane, no traffic. GRC that. Look at him smoking that little bitty blunt. Now come on now, Jocy Bank. Come on now, little big booty. That don't sound a little suspicious to you. Let's be real. Does it sound like him or Rainwater has more to do with Mo3's death? Matter of fact, shout out to your sister. What's her name? The Jackie lady? Shout out to the Jackie lady. In her comment section, a guy by the name James Smith wrote, Chicago and Smurf gon' die. Watch what I tell y'all. And your sister, Jackie, she hearted the message.
Aww. Isn't your baby daddy named Chicago?
Why would your sister heart this message if your jealous, dirty baby dad didn't have anything to do with Mo3's death? If your little bitty GRC chain wearing baby dad didn't have anything to do with Mo3's death, why would your sister be hearting this message about him having something to do with Mo3's death? Hey, this ain't about Rainwater. This is about your baby dad. In conclusion, I honestly don't think this girl had anything to do with it. I think she knew, but I think by the time she knew, it was too late. And if she said something, then her life would have been in danger. That's what I personally think. But I don't think this girl set up Mo3. Now, if her sisters or somebody set up Mo3, that's different. I don't know them. I don't know her. But I'm going to vouch for her because her butt big. But nah, for real, that's just my opinion. I don't think she had anything to do with it. But she definitely know her baby dad guilty as hell. But anyway, man, how y'all feel about this? Let me know in the comment section, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Hey, man, follow me on Instagram, TZL Baby 252. Long little Mo3. I'm gone.